Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Is the first time of seeing me? I'm your regular host, Emeka the Chief Priest, also known as Master Emeka. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and I help people live a spiritual active life. Today, I want to make references on the previous topic I talked about, OGBANJE spirit, OGBANJE people that were possessed with OGBANJE spirit. And today, I want to make more elaborate and open more, make it more elaborated. I want to speak more on this topic of OGBANJE because it is kind of confusing. We have a lot of us that are coming online to teach about spiritual topics, spiritual this, spiritual that, and because of this, it is bringing some kind of confusion because most people don't even know which one to believe. But I always say whatever I say here is 100% spirituality. No adulteration. It's always 100%. Anything we're saying here is what Spirit told me to say. Now, I want to talk about OGBANJE people. I've said it time with that number that OGBANJE people are not actually bad people, but because the society have a way of giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it. So whenever someone of a higher status or someone with authority say someone is bad, or when an influencer or someone that is notable in the society, whenever he gives something a bad name, everybody follows that bandwagon effect by calling the same thing a bad name. That is not how it should be. At least we must have a way of cross-checking what these people are saying to know whether it is true or not, irrespective of their status or their position of authority. So today I want to talk about OGBANJE. OGBANJE people are not bad people. OGBANJE is not bad. But then the problem with OGBANJE people is the environment where they were raised. So many OGBANJE people, if they were raised properly, they will go far. Then they will do well. But then the word OGBANJE actually means OGBANJE, which literally means one whose journey is not complete, one whose journey is always cut off. That their main aim is not to come and stay here permanently. Their main aim is not to come here and stay for a long period of time. Theirs is to come, do a certain task or complete their former task that they didn't finish. They can come here to complete it, or they will come here to dwell for a little while, then they will return back. And unfortunately enough, when you talk about this, most people get too emotional without adding logic, because it's good to be emotional, but you also have to apply logic in the things that you learn so that it will be easier for you to understand life, because you must bring the boat together. You must bring the boat together. That is logic and emotion. If you bring the two together, you'll be able to understand life at its standpoint instead of you being carried away emotionally. So OGBANJE people generally are not bad people, but the environment where they were raised, some of them are not lucky enough to be raised in good environment. So it's like their fate is not for them to be in a very good environment. Some of them are raised in dysfunctional homes where there's an abusive father, homes where there's a toxic parent, homes where there is an absentee parent, parents that don't care that those children are existing. Some of them are raised in polygamous families. Some of them are raised in families where people hardly talk compassionately with each other. People don't have empathy for each other. So because of that, when they were raised in such homes, they tend to replicate what they have in their childhood in the adult stage of life. So we don't blame them. I always say that environment contributes in the shaping of one's behavior and life in general. So the things I'm going to list out here are the things that you will know. When you see these things, you know that you're an OGBANJE person, because OGBANJE is not written on the forehead. I've made some certain descriptions of how to identify an OGBANJE. Number one sign of how to identify an OGBANJE is Those ones that have gap teeth. And their gap teeth, me, I have gap teeth, but I'm not OGBANJE. But their gap teeth is very open. You can see I have a gap teeth, but my own is not as open as the OGBANJE people. Their own is notably seen. The gap teeth, some of them even have one here and one down. So that is how to identify OGBANJE. Second thing to identify with an OGBANJE people is mood swing. They hardly have a stable mood. Their mood is always fluctuating. Their mood is always here and there. They can be happy this minute, then the next minute they're sad. And sometimes there are people that are deep thinkers. When they start thinking about their past relationship, they always make them sad because they give too much and they are expecting much, but then they get less in return. So it makes them to always feel depressed or sad. They give in too much to people, then they get less in return. So that is OGBANJE. OGBANJE people are actually jealous people. You can never see an OGBANJE person that is not jealous. In fact, when something is happening for you or something good is happening to you or happening for you and they're there, they tend to be jealous of that success. They tend to be jealous of you. They can be envious if they can't be able to attain that same height that you've attained. So like I stated before, it's because of the upbringing. If they were raised to be in a competition with people, when they see someone is trying to look better or trying to be better than them, they have that pull him down street syndrome in them to pull that person down. So that is OGBANJE for you. OGBANJE is someone that they're very dramatic. They love drama. They are not peaceful people. They want to, create scenes so that they will be known. Then another thing about OGBANJE again is they are seeking fame at all costs. They are people that love being famous. They want to be heard. They want their name to be known by every person. So fame is something that they don't joke with. They can go extra mile to be known by people, to put their name in anywhere, any notable name is mentioned. They want to be known at all costs. So fame is something that they carry on their head. Another sign of an OGBANJE, like I stated in a write-up I did the other time, OGBANJE people is either they have insatiable lust or appetite for sex, or there are people that they don't even have feeling. Most of these feminists you see on social media are actually OGBANJE people. As long as that person is seeking fame, is an OGBANJE person. Most majority, 80% or 90% of your celebrities are OGBANJE. As long as they're seeking fame. So some of them, they have the insatiable appetite for, like they have a high sex drive. Then some of them have low sex drive, like they don't have any feeling for the female gender. OGBANJE people are not here for permanent stay. So some of them are here just to catch fun, to enjoy life. A lot of OGBANJE people are into drug intake. They abuse drugs. They take drugs in order to feel high because they always want to be at the top of of themselves. They want to always be the rave of the moment. Majority of them they are into religion. A lot of OGBANJE people that I know are deeply into religion. You always see them being attached to either white garment church or some of them are even members of secret societies because they are afraid of death. They are always seeking protection. They are afraid of death and they are always seeking protection. So that is one thing with OGBANJE people. That is why we DBS, when we're doing sacrifice, especially when we're going to the river, we make sure we drop something beside the river. We call it Ajanda OGBANJE Iluala. Why do we keep sacrifices there? It's because if you do sacrifices inside the river and you forget to do the one on top of the land, they might double cross you and go and spoil that work that you did at the river. So that is why any spiritualist that is doing spiritual work, especially when you're going to the river, If you do that one inside the river, you must keep something beside the river for them so that they will not spoil your show for you. Obanje are people who call spiritual agbero. Some of them are lazy. They always want to benefit from someone that maybe maybe they helped you with 5% of something, but then they want 90% or 95% at the end of the day. So they believe that that 5% they did for you is larger than the 95% they're receiving from you. So that is why whenever you make a promise to them, always fulfill your promise. If not, they're going to spoil your show. There are people that you might reveal your secrets to them thinking that they are good people. They might end up using your secret against you tomorrow. They will want to know every detail about how you operate so that they will use it whenever they feel that you're vulnerable. At a vulnerable time or moment, they will use that thing against you in order to cash out. So you have to be careful how you converse with an OGBANJE person, how you divulge some certain secrets to them. They might use it against you because they like fame. Majority of them are master manipulators. An OGBANJE can manipulate you in order to use you to get to whatever they want or wherever they want to be. So you have to be extremely careful. One thing we know about them is that jealousy. If you are a person that you're always jealous of what is going on in someone's life, you are not OGBANJE person. And second thing, like I stated, second thing that you use in knowing them that they are overly religious people. They love religion. And the kind of religious sect that they want to be known with or want to be part of is white garment church. They love anything white garment because they feel like that place is safe and where they can be protected enough. Another thing about OGBANJE again is that majority of them are very handsome or beautiful. You can never see an OGBANJE person that is not beautiful or handsome. When they dress to please, they dress to impress. If you see them male, they're very handsome, everywhere is looking okay. And like I stated, they are only here for an immediate time. They're not here for permanent. They're not here to remain permanent. So everything you see about them, they're eager. OGBANJE person is eager to make money by hook or by crook. They are the types that when they meet TBS like us, they want sharp money. And how do we know? We know it through alpha consultation. It is when we do alpha consultation we realize that these persons are OGBANJE. The way they're looking for money, they can do anything. They are the type that said, I will do anything to make this money. Because they're not thinking about tomorrow, they're thinking about now. So if you find out all these characteristics and you know that it describes you, run haste before it gets dark. There's a sacrifice that we usually do for OGBANJE people so that your life will not be cut off earlier than expected. And secondly, so that your mates, your OGBANJE mates will not be spoiling things for you. There's an OGBANJE sacrifice that we usually do. And once you're ready, you chat me on WhatsApp. I'll be able to tell you how to go about it. My WhatsApp number is 09040113281. OGBANJE, I've stated this, I'll still repeat myself again. OGBANJE are not here to stay permanently. There are people that they die untimely. Some of them, highest they can stay is 75. They can't stay up to 75. They die in their prime. They die around 30, 40. When people needed them the most, that's when they die. So if Wafa have revealed that you're an OGBANJE, try to be settling your spiritual mate so that you don't become something that will be thinking about all the time. Said, this person should have lasted. Why did this person die when we needed him the most, or why we needed her the most? So we DBS were here to save life. And that is why we're here, to help people right some wrongs and correct some mistakes that are about to be made. So if you're watching me for the first time and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so. And in case you want to make more other inquiries, you can chat me on the same WhatsApp number, 09040113281. Thank you for stopping by. Yagazia.